Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Frosthaven. We're actually going to take the time at this point to go in and have a look at the Craftsman. Craftsman has been fully leveled up, so there's nothing else for us to do in terms of actually putting materials into it. But that means that there is potentially going to be new items that we haven't seen, such as the heavy chain armor. It's an interesting one. 3 shield for a single attack. Do we have anyone that could benefit from it? And when I say that, I mean, do we have anyone who has potential perks that are going to allow them to ignore item effects? There we go. Ignore item -1 effects. So Blue Blood can utilize this. Instead of the leather armor, I think it's probably a better option. You might need to buy... In fact, no, you've probably got enough materials for it. So Blue Blood, heavy chain armor, yeah. Confirm that. And it means we can sell the leather armor. So that's one thing that we've done worthwhile. Head, body, legs, arms, and small. So you're fully equipped. Ooh, corrupted blade. Oh, that's very nice. Now the poison dagger that we've got at the moment is reusable. This is used once. So that's the trade-off with them. And of course we've seen that the Chaos Cannon. Still not sure if I like it conceptually. Yeah, I think that's probably the only thing we're really going to make. The chain hood could also work. Except we would need one more metal. And that would mean Blue Blood is really leaning into being the tank. Which is fine, it's not the worst plan. Let's buy a metal. Over in the mining camp. And back into the Craftsman. We'll get that built. Sell that for 4 gold. So with 27 gold, it's almost certainly not going to be enough to buy any enhancements, because I think the cheapest is 30. There may be some that are just like a teensy bit cheaper. It is really like the tiniest little bit cheaper. Oh, we could get some extra move on the bottom, but that's on the burnable part. So not worth us looking at it for Blue Blood. Geminate, we've got 40. I'd like to save up a little bit more. There are some things that would be good for us to put a little boost on. But even the smallest of them is going to cost us 50-ish. Yeah, extra push is not useful. That's the one we've already upgraded. Bit of extra healing on the bottom would cost us 30. So we could do that, or we could stick ward on it. Which isn't... It's not a terrible plan. Or regenerate. Both of those could work. But I'd like to target some of the things that we use regularly. Such as Drag Down or Changeling's Boon. Changeling's Boon, 75, and we can get a wound on the second part of that. I think that would be very beneficial for us. So we'll save up for that. And 16 gold on Vitriol isn't going to be enough to do anything. So we will leave it at that. We could sell some of the metal, of course. And in fact, that's not a terrible plan. Because you're not going to need 8 metal. If I sell 3 bits of metal for now, that'll help tide things over a little. We have a new quest. Caravan guards. Escort the first caravan to Frosthaven through Droman's new shortcut. There is plenty of loot to be got here. As we know, the team is a little bit inexperienced, but hopefully they'll do all right. We have an encounter on the way.
The giant boughs of the willowburn tree hang low, heavy with the tart fruits of the season. This picturesque grotto features an inviting pond fed by a waterfall splashing down a rocky cliff face. At the top of the cliff, you can see a swarm of bees have made a hive. They look fiercely protective. The pond is warm to the touch and looks to be very deep. Fish dart around the edges, but the center of the pond is a mass of dark water that leaves you unable to see the bottom. Just behind the waterfall, you can see a cave of sorts, and hidden beyond the curtain of water would be the perfect protected spot to set camp for the night, away from the life attracted to the willowburn tree.
Right, so there's a waterfall splashing down the cliff face. On the top of the cliff is a swarm of bees. Behind the waterfall is a cave. So if we go behind the waterfall, are we going to get too close to the bees? I could equally say enjoying a dip in the lagoon and making camp at the water's edge could be too close, but I think this is the better option. It is summer after all.
You take a dip in the warm water of the lagoon and can't recall a better decision. The fish are plentiful and easy to catch, and setting camp by the water's edge gives an idyllic view for the evening, supplemented by the stars peeking through the branches of the willowburn tree. You drift off to a peaceful night's sleep and awake alert and refreshed.
Hey, great! And all heroes are going to start with Ward at the start of the next quest, which I'm sure we're going to need. Let's have a look at the potential battle goals. Promoter is not going to happen. Acrobat seems unlikely. Dynamo is also unlikely. So I think Acrobat, and maybe it'll happen by accident. As for Vitriol, kill an enemy with an attack that has disadvantage. I don't think we're likely to get disadvantage naturally. Let's go for Sleeper, and we'll try and be proactive in our resting. As for Blue Blood, never use your lowest initiative played card as your initiative card. Right. So the phrasing on this it's a bit ambiguous. Your lowest initiative card, you could take that to mean the largest number, but I think it's supposed to mean the smallest number, smallest being the lowest initiative. So we'll go for Dawdler, and we'll just always go for the second fastest option, which is going to be kind of interesting for how Blue Blood's going to end up playing this. Let's see how we do. No pets yet. Still haven't found anyone suitable. Let's get in.
Pinter Droman paces excitedly. He is always a font of energy, but today his fidgeting is especially enthusiastic.
Well, when do you think they'll be here?
He's asked the same question every hour since you stomped out your campfire's embers in the dawn light. Today is the grand opening of Droman's Path, the first time the new shortcut through the frozen pass will be used by merchants bound for Frosthaven. After months of preparation, engineering and back-breaking labor, the shortcut promising easier access and thus prosperity for Frosthaven is finally ready. Sather insisted on you being here when the first wagons rolled through, and you felt honored when you first set out. But now, as you wait for the caravan to arrive, your patience with Droman's inexhaustible excitement is starting to wear thin.
He's a bit annoying.
You turn to answer his question for the umpteenth time, but your response is cut off by the snap of a twig from somewhere down the path. Droman jumps to attention.
Oh, was that them?
He runs off around a bend in the path, waving his arms in greeting.
Hello, welcome.
No sooner is he out of sight than a series of mighty roars ring out, and the excitable tinkerer reappears, sprinting back toward you.
Not them! That is not them!
Droman cries, running past you and cowering behind a boulder.
I hope we don't have to keep him alive.
An Olgox appears from around the bend, followed by others, all armed to the teeth.
That's not
the
a very
horns
stable
of
sword.
ruin are back. Of course. It wouldn't be a highway if you didn't have highwaymen. You draw your weapon, but just then you hear the unmistakable crunch of hooves and wheels. The caravan has arrived. The Olgox hear it too and split up, some turning to waylay the caravan, while the others prepare to stop any rescue you might attempt. This grand opening just got more interesting.
And potentially more dangerous. We need to protect the wagons until they escape. If all 5 wagons are destroyed, the quest will be failed. Where are the wagons? There's a wagon, okay. If any wagon enters an occupied hex, the figure in the hex suffers trap damage and is moved to the closest empty non-road hex. So the wagon's going to follow the road, okay. If any wagon enters a hex with an obstacle, the obstacle is destroyed and the wagon suffers trap damage. At the start of each of the first 5 rounds, a wagon is spawned at the edge of the map. On initiative 50 each round, it will move 3. When they reach the other side of the map, they escape. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and it's gone. That seems fine. Let's have a look at what we're actually going up against. Archer, Scout, Guard, and Scout Elite. Difficult terrain is going to slow us down a little bit. But that's not really much of a problem. We're going to want to use one with the mountain to recycle our cards. And we're probably going to want to get closer. Like, significantly closer. Now, it says wagons are immune to all conditions and forced movement and can only enter road hexes. I'm assuming that means that the frostiness forced movement as well would count for that. While we figure that out, let's stand in front. We're going to get a Wraith out because these are not shielded. And in addition, Dark Tidings will get us closer. We're probably going to be close enough that they're going to shoot us on the first turn, although they may turn around and go straight for the wagon, which wouldn't be great. Is that an obstacle immediately in front of us? That's really inconvenient. Hypothetically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're 6 away. If we start in ranged mode, let's start over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then shoot 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could do that. So Firefly Swarm to move and into my embrace to hit this guy and start him hurting. I'm not against that as an idea. This is only difficult terrain, so they wouldn't take any damage getting pulled onto it. I think this is probably the best we're going to be able to do. Let's go for it. Geminate's going to run in and tank all of that. Let's go a bit slower. I'm hoping that they come towards us rather than the wagon. No. Even if we'd gone fast, we wouldn't have reached the wagon in time. Well, at least you're coming towards us. Oh, this is... First wagon down. We're gonna have to really, really move it. Given he's come closer, actually... Can't quite hit him from here. One, 2, 3, 4. We can still shoot him from there, though. Great. He'll die on his next turn. So we could pull him in, actually. Yeah. Bone Shaper. We need to move on up, and I'm going to summon the Wraith in front of us. Do I use the stamina potion to get Dark Tidings back? Probably best. Frozen Fist. We knew you were going to be moving slowly. Come up the outside. One with the mountain. Now, we could get Cold Boulder back. We would lose the ward if we did that. So I think while we're getting in closer, you know what? It'll be fine. New mobs are looking to spawn in all over. That is a lot coming in. An Archer Elite there. An Ice Speaker. And an Ice Speaker. Yeah, we're going to want to kill the Ice Speakers. Down here, another Archer Elite. Okay. You're going to die. And we would need to move 5 if we're going to really get to hit anything. maybe to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do a 4 if we had like a jump. But it's not gonna go the way I want it to. So draining pincers, 1, 2, 3, or maybe even land on the difficult terrain. And that's not going to be in range either. Put on Horn Beetle. That's what we'll do. Let's get in a bit closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in case Punch will get us in. And Frizzing Pummel's probably going to be the hit that we need. So Bone Shaper, we're going to carry you on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to move a little bit closer, but then we can start using Decaying Will. So we'll do Decaying Will next turn. We could do a Transfer of Essence if we can move in 4. We can also set up some skeletons back here. Which is another thing that's worth us considering. Yeah, let's get a Raging Corpse back here. And Damned Horde will let us at least get a curse out. Actually, no. Damned Horde won't work because he won't exist yet. We could do Dark Tidings to reposition kind of in the middle. I don't know if that would really help us though. It would just make us a target for the archers. Let's use Returned Servant to move, and then we might try Malicious Conversion to do a summon with it. That could be interesting. Oh, the Scout Elite's doing a Rancid Arrow. That's nasty stuff. Frozen Fist. Get up and get your punch on. Get poison on him as well. Geminate. Yeah, we can put you kind of front and center. Horn Beetle. Maximise the amount of damage we're putting out. And no one's in range for the bombing. So we'll leave that as it is for now. This poor wagon. Protect from the damage. We've still got regen, which is going to get rid of that poison. Okay, the wagon is still technically alive. Let's get the unearthed horror here. And then probably just come to here, actually. The Archer Elite's going to have 8 health. We're not going to be able to kill him in one go. You know what? I think it'll be fine. What are we creating? We're creating Earth. Question is, which of these do we want? Piercing Pummel's probably going to be the most useful. Take a little bit of damage, but that's fine. The regen will get rid of our poison. It won't give us any additional health, but that's not going to be too much of a problem. Scarab Flight. Or Selfless Offering to heal one of the wagons. If we step forwards a bit, we can Hail of Thorns these 3. Yeah, he's just out of range for the Selfless Offering. Hail of Thorns is a burnable card. But it would do a lot of damage because of our modifier. I think this wagon is going to get shot to pieces, though. I don't think there's any 2 ways around that. We want to hit the Ice Speaker. We could hit both of you using Lacerating Eruption. We've already failed with Dawdler, so we don't need to keep trying to do that. So we could use Fury of the Mountain to step in a bit. And hit them with the Lacerating Eruption. And get all 3 of them. Would it be all 3? No, it'd only be the 2 of them. But that's still good. And then over here, I would like to go very quickly. Malicious Conversion. And Eternal Torment, I think. So we might get a curse on this guy and then get him attacked again. We'll see how much damage he ends up taking, or we might use Malicious Conversion to try and convert him and get a skeleton. Ice Wall? Don't do that. Well, seeing as you've created the ice, I will definitely utilize it. I'll get wounds on both of you two. And we don't really have anywhere that we can go, so stay where you are and get a bit of retaliate on. Ray, I need you to be actually doing some damage, please. Now that means that malicious conversion is worthwhile. Oh, come on. That's really, really unfortunate. We may as well stay put. I mean, these guys are going to hit so hard. I don't even know if it's worth us getting the protective scepter out. We'll try it. Geminate. You're moving one space. Hit them all. It's good at least. We can actively kill you before you have a chance to actually do anything. Although you're moving 70, so you're just going to get run over. Sad times. Very painful times. So the guard didn't get run over, but thankfully he's done no damage. I think it would be good for us to get back. We're going to need to heal up this turn, so we're going to use Frost Eruption. So let's get back Fury of the Mountain. So Fury of the Mountain, Frost Eruption, that will give us a little bit of healing. And it will get you killed, and it'll also give us a bless for the future. Geminate. I need to get in the middle of all this. We can use Drag Down to get into the middle. And Changeling's Boon to start stabbing people. Does mean that this guard is going to be just left there, though. I could, however, Hornet Stingers there, and there. That still doesn't get him. If I do it from here... It's because it starts on the ones directly to the side. He's in just the worst place. So I could step one forwards and do the Hornet Stingers. Yeah, let's try that. Icebound Quill's Hornet Stingers will try and move in and begin the proper escort. And over here, Fell Remedy, try and get a little bit of healing on ourselves. And Transfer of Essence could be cool. But we'll go with Decaying Will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, we're too far away for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, too far away for these guys as well. So maybe we just get a skeleton out. Now we can do Command the Wretched. That'll be fine. Fell Remedy, Command the Wretched. Because we'll be able to do a bit of piercing as well. The Ice Speaker's gonna shield and heal. So he's gonna get rid of that wound. He used the earth. It's frustrating. But it's to be expected. Right. Step on in. Good. I felt that. That was good. Frozen Fist. Well, you're not going to have your massive healing batch that you wanted, but we can at least... Oh, at a disadvantage as well. We can counter that with a muscle potion. And we could even it out. But I don't think that's particularly worth it. Okay, just regular Fury of the Mountain, and we'll save the ice for the blessing down here. At least if we get shot in the back, it's not going to hurt as much. Speaking of getting shot in the back, it's still going to hurt. Jeez. I am definitely going to be healing my skeleton. Oh, come on, guys. I like the www. Well, you're kind of locked in place, so that's not much use. If I start the Wraith, move up a little bit. With the piercing, it's still not going to be as effective. So just go for this guy. And we'll get Fell Remedy on ourselves. I feel like we're gonna need to use Piercing Pummel next turn. There is no frost right now, there is no earth right now, so extra healing isn't gonna help us. So getting back Frost Eruption itself isn't going to be useful. I mean, it would keep us moving a little bit, but that's not necessarily good in itself. Right, let's do some shooting. Mind Spike is at range 3, 1, 2, 3, so that could hit you. Scarab Flight is also at range 3, so we might be able to do something about this guy or that guy over there. Let's say Dark Tidings and Decaying Will. It looks like we've got an Ice Speaker appearing down here, which is not cool. That'll be the end of the turn though, so we've got a little bit of time. Actually, even better. We'll do Transfer of Essence to heal on the bottom. And Damned Horde to get a brand new skeleton out. And over here, Piercing Pummel, as I mentioned, and Crushing Crystals. So we've got a bit of healing coming in. Ooh, the Scout's gonna do greedy things. Alright, let's look at the Scarab Flight. If we rotate this, we can hit both of them. That's cool. And we can potentially push them away if we wanted to. It's a maybe. It's going to be an archer that appears underneath that one. You are the biggest threat. But we can get a kill. If I put that there and spin it round... No, it's too far out of range. That's what I thought. We may as well hit him. You're creating Earth. Yeah, you know what? We will push him back a little bit. Ah, there's no elements to be consumed, so we can't do that. Frozen Fist. Piercing Pummel. Not the amazing hit that I wanted. Can't move, so just get your healing on instead. It's a little bit painful, but we're fine. Don't shoot the wagon. Oh, that's a big hit. Yeah, we're gonna have to lose Cold Boulder. First up, the Wraith. Unlucky. Next up is our giant corpse. You are just out of range, but we can heal the wagon. And I will get my skeleton out right there. If we change that dark over for cold, is that going to give us any benefit? Probably not, but it's going to be better than dark for this turn. We're about to get ice speakers down here, so we might have to I think we're gonna have to swarm everyone down this way. Let's keep it as it is. Oh yeah, we definitely need to get in on this. We can use drag down to do like a little swing around, but that's not really going to help much. Whereas using drag down to jump 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then doing Changeling's Boon, that will be really useful because that will put us right in the line of fire over here. We could do Dark Tidings to get extra attacks out, and Life in Death to give us a little bit of protection just in case. And then next turn we go a bit faster. Up here it's going to have to be a short rest. Sure, we can lose Encased Punch. It would be good to kill the Ice Speaker. Piercing Pummel would do that. Even if it goes quickly, we're not going to be able to stop that. Frost Eruption to get healing underneath us. Sounds good enough to me. Ice walls are coming. Frozen Fist. Ooh. Ooh, do we use the cold and we hit through both of them? I think we do. Probably should have used our potions on that. Big regen. Well, I'm glad he killed a skeleton, but I would rather he killed nothing. Well, that's going to be painful. Whoa. We don't have many cards to burn off at this point. Take the damage, but I'm not happy about it. Really not happy about it. Right, we can hop all the way down here. Get a disarm on you. I would love to get a disarm on this one as well, but not in range, unfortunately. Just keep hitting. Oh. Bad luck, bad rolls. I think I'm fine with these doing their thing. It would probably be better to bring you down, actually. So, Wraith, I will manually pull you to this side. We've only got 2 minions out, so Dark Tidings feels less directly applicable. However, we can get everyone poisoning. Who do we want? I think poison down here is probably the most useful. In fact, no, poison here. Poison here. So get the poisoning curse out. Poison and curse. And there's no one else in range. So let's activate Life in Death. Okay, cancel the bonuses. Let's get back. Piercing Pummel. Although it'll cost us 2 health to do that. No, leave it. Oh, we need to escort this one. Short rest Germinate, you're going to have to step right in the middle of all of this and just kind of like soak it up. Short rest Vitriol. And up here, we're going to have to do what we can to come down and be useful. Yeah, we'll try for crushing crystals as the move ability, so we get a bit of healing. But I'm not convinced it's going to go super well. Sure, we'll lose Selfless Offering. And ooh, I don't want to lose Eternal Torment, but I think it's probably a fine one. Compared with some of the other options. So we need to go quickly so that our mobs are moving fast enough. Jeez, this guard that's appeared right next to us is really annoying. Let's go with Fell Remedy and Command the Wretched. And Geminate, I need you to move one and do something a bit big. We could go for 3 Retaliate at range with Venomous Barbs. I don't know if that's the best option though. I can hit all 3 of them with the Hornet Stingers. Which is great for the piercing poison, but not great for actual damage output. Alright, we'll do Venomous Barbs this turn. So we'll use Draining Pincers to just move in a little bit. The archers are going to do some trap setting. That's kind of fine. All we need is one of them to make it through. So he's just going to do retaliation. So there's no point in us doing the retaliation this round, actually. So Geminate, your whole plan to step in and do the retaliate is now a bit useless. We can still get you to here, and we can still kind of punch back this way. But I feel like you might as well just attack twice from this point. Getting in the way to block the retreat of this wagon, though, is going to be the most useful thing you can do. So hop down to here. No, one space. And do it as just a walk. We don't want you transforming just yet. Frozen Fist, I need you in this fight. May as well get that damage reduction ability on. Wraith is getting some cursing out. That's going to help keep the wagon alive. The skeleton's doing some big hitting as well. Alright, let's carry that on. Stay where you are, but hit him again. And I will just take that double healing. Good job, Bone Shaper. We might have a wagon that's actually going to make it out. Ah, I thought he was disarmed. Well, I guess it matters not. Let's get back. I really want as many cards as possible, so cancel active bonuses. Although we can get that back for 2, so cancel that. Because we'll take 3 damage, but it'll actually be one less because of our bonus. There we go, that's fine. Well, if we're just standing here and we're not able to attack, Icebound Quills will give us a little bit of retaliate. And Hornet Stingers will allow us to change form. Decaying Will. And Transfer of Essence. And over here, I'll do a short rest so we've got cards coming back in our hand. Sure, we can lose that because we can't attack anyway. So Fury of the Mountain will get us moving in with a bit of retaliate. In fact, no. No, Fury of the Mountain will give us damage defense. Crushing Crystals will give us a bit of healing. Okay, Ice Speakers are healing up. So he's going to get rid of his poison. But we don't need to kill him now. Can't do the attack. Oh, and it stops us transforming as well. Well, that's something, isn't it? That's all we can do this turn. Prevent that little bit of damage. Well, the Wraith's trying. Okay, Bone Shaper. Let's do a Transfer of Essence. We'll get an advantage on you. And I'll stick poison on this guy. And let's grab a bit of loot. One wagon has successfully made it. So we just need to last one more turn and we are done. You know what? Get back crushing crystals. Seeing as we can't change form, at least not without doing a short rest, is there anything in range? One, two, three, and a bit. We could maybe get some loot. Let's do a short rest. It would be a bit touch and go. At the very least, we could get... No, we can't. We can't even move. Do a long rest. If we can't move, just do a long rest. I don't even think it's going to be worth putting retaliate on everyone for that. We are in the way of this, so we could also get away with doing a long rest, but I'd like to move up and grab that if I could. So short rest, and we'll try and get something with move 3. Yeah, return servant will get us in there. And we will just do what we can up here. Which I think is going to be lacerating eruption and crushing crystals. So, Fell Remedy and Turn Servant. Get in, grab the loot. More traps, always good fun. Oh! What did my wraith ever do to you? Bone Shaper. Step up, grab the goods. And seeing as there's no one really to heal, just have a swing at this guy. Right, got some rock root. And there's the last of the wagons. So the question is, are we going to roll lucky with this and get a big hit? That's a pretty big hit. Not really big enough to do anything else, and even if we used the potions, it wouldn't have given us any more. We can't move anywhere, so just heal up in place. I'm glad we came down when we did, because those archers with the snaring is... It's kind of painful. And we will choose to lose Harvest Time Essence, I think. Oh, it has to be one of these, right? Yes, of course. Then Draining Pincers. All the wagons have made it. Let's get back... In fact, no, let's not get back anything. That might be the very end. And it is. When I say all the wagons made it, 2 wagons made it, which is... It's more than I thought we would get. Did we manage any of our abilities? We managed Sleeper. Didn't negate cards didn't throw a card away to negate 5 damage, and obviously we failed Dawdler pretty early on. But at least we got 1 perk mark.
That was close.
Pinter Droman exclaims, climbing down from his hiding place in a nearby tree. The remaining merchants have circled their wagons up in a small clearing off the path, trying to calm their frightened draft animals before continuing. You look back up at Droman's Path, the project that carries much of Frosthaven's hopes for supplies and survival this winter. Despite all the weeks of planning and effort, it very nearly became Droman's grave. If Frosthaven is to keep this shortcut open, it'll need better security. You make a note to tell Sather to set up patrols. The Tinkerer's voice interrupts your thoughts as he chatters away at one of the surviving merchants.
Yes, but other than that...
You hear him say,
How did you like the path?
Yeah. So droll. We gained a morale, that's good, and we gained shared lumber, metal, and hides. I'm going to put these all on Geminate, because Geminate can sell them if needed to fund more enhancements.
Ah, my best customers, eh?
It's the old traveling merchant and his carriage full of items of suspicious origins. He invites you to poke through his inventory.
Same price as before, but even better value. No one's gonna come looking for these, eh?
He doesn't elaborate, and you think better than to press the issue.
So, what does he have? An Amulet of Life? That's alright. Warden's Robes we've already got. Boots of Speed. Weighted Net. The Olgok's Warhammer. Metallic Scrap Sword. Yeah, these are all things that we've seen. Ooh, Hunter's Necklace might be new. Set up your own trap. And none of them are particularly appealing, so we'll leave them.
Just as you are settling in for the night, a shadow appears at the doorway to your longhouse. It's the Drifter.
It just felt different out there on my own.
The Drifter says, scratching their head.
I thought I could just go back to living out there on my own, but somehow my time here in this pitiful place has gotten to me. I found a home here, out amongst all you outcasts, and I'm not quite ready to give that up.
You get up to welcome them back into the group, but the Drifter waves you back.
I'm still done with that dangerous stuff, but I figure my crafting skills could be put to some use. You know I make all my own weapons and armor, right? Yeah,
Like that massive
figure I can
Warhammer
share
we
some
gave
of my
him.
secrets with the craftsmen and help out around here. Is it alright if I still bunk with you all, though?
You rush forward and welcome them back with a hug. You answer a knock at your door to find the Quattrel mail carrier far more dour than usual. Behind her is a massive cart piled high with wood and other building materials. She hands you a letter addressed to any local mercenaries of some renown. Inside it reads, "From the desk of Dominic Scrim, author of the history of Gloomhaven."
Greetings! It has recently come to my attention that you are doing some research up there in the north, and I find that very exciting. I've heard there's a dead Quattrel language and everything. It's all just... wow! You may be familiar with my own work, The History of Gloomhaven. By me, Dominic Scrim. I've taken a fondness to the mercenaries in my region and wanted to aid you in your endeavors in any way I could. Do you have a library? You should build one. They're a magnificent way to organize and protect all of the wonderful books and documents you are bound to
It's
uncover.
not a bad idea.
I've arranged to send you all the materials you need to build a nice library. With my compliments, Dominic Scrim.
Yeah, we're going to use those materials to build a library.
You cart the materials to an empty plot of land and start construction immediately. The builders and townsfolk passing by are somewhat confused.
A house for books?
The Algox destroyed my house in the last raid, and you're making a house for books?
Well, the last
You
raid
tried
was
to
actually
explain
really
how
easy.
some scholar from Gloomhaven is really excited about the potential of libraries, but Dominic's enthusiasm can only get you so far.
So this has unlocked a library. We've lost a morale. We've just gained a morale, so that's fairly balanced. Got some lumber and some metal. So that lumber and metal is all going to go on Smithsonian. And if I have a look... New buildings, there is a library. And it will give us prosperity. So it does move the town up. It's definitely something that we'll consider and probably do in the future. Now, I spoke before that there was a significant chance that we might finish up at the end of this week. This episode should be going up at the end of the week. So I think it's probably a good point to shelve Frosthaven until it's a bit further along in its development. I am enjoying it. I think that there is a lot of potential with it. There is definitely room for improvement for stuff that they are doing, both with the UI, the codex, the information on the cards, tooltips, all that kind of stuff, in addition to rolling out more of the campaign. So I'm really excited to see where they go with this. But this is going to be the last episode for a little bit. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and you'll be told next time another series goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode. See you soon.